Now recording.
The following podcast may have adult humor,
swear words,
innuendos of a adult nature.
making fun of me.
That's a given. Everybody looks forward to that. But just know that you have been warned.
You know what's cool? Podcasts. You know what's not cool? No podcasts. Check out all the podcasts over here at blindknowledge.com. This podcast you're listening to right now is a featured Blind Knowledge podcast.
Today's topics include Knights of the Braille news, Titans, book review, terminology, and creature feature.
Now recording.
The following podcast may have adult humor,
Swear words,
innuendos of a adult nature.
making fun of me.
That's a given. Everybody looks forward to that. But just know that you have been warned. Hey everybody, this is Richard with Knights of the Braille's Blind Nights. Hope everybody is having a very happy and safe holiday season. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and all of the others that I just particularly don't know off the top of my head, to each and every one of you that is listening. Okay, want to go over some Knights of the Braille news. You may or may not have noticed that the website is going under some renovation, fixing up some visual aspects of it. So it's under construction at the moment, but we're still asking for submissions of things like your own personal D100 tables that you may use, like random tables, session recaps, how you may do things. So be sure to submit those to knightsofthebraille@gmail.com. That's knightsofthebraille@gmail.com. And remember that through February the 28th, you can go to Titans and get 10% off of your order whenever you use the promo code KNIGHTS2023. That's KNIGHTS 2023. The link is in the show notes, so be sure to go and check it out. They are a great thing to use. Still working on making them more blind friendly of how we, use them, like as far as mapping out things, but definitely a great step in the right direction. I want to talk about those a little bit. I used them in this past session, and I can tell that they are, the Titans themselves are not flimsy at all. They're like a plastic rubbery kind of thing, and they twist. However, they are really lightweight, so they shift and slide very, very easily when somebody, who must use their fingers and all to see. So, working on a way to anchor them better. I've had a couple of ideas. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to really try them out yet, because I want to see how they work without any modification, to them, so that I could give you a true and honest opinion there. But some things that I'm going to try. The first one, which I seem to think will really work when it comes to them is I purchased some Velcro that should, cut it off and glue it to the bottom of the Titan. And of course, I'm not going to glue them all. I'm just going to do one to try it, and put the opposite end of the Velcro to like a map kind of grid to see how that, works, which I believe that will anchor it perfectly. Only time will tell, of course, so. And of course, with the holidays coming up, it may be a little bit before I get to actually try that, so, but that is my next step to try there. I want to talk about some, recommendations here. The book that I particularly want to recommend is, A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. Yeah, hold on, I'm letting you all finish booing. Hold on, I'll give you a minute. I'm waiting. Now that you're hopefully finished, I think it's a really good book. It's not modernized, and I've watched several different takes on it. I've read the book. I really like how, it shows hope, that there's hope for everyone. It shows, the top tier class as well as the bottom level, and how to never give up, and how there's, still hope. And I really like that, because we all need hope in this world. So, to have that in the book is, especially here at Christmas time, I think it's really, really good, and I think people should give it a shot. You can find it on Bard. I'm pretty sure you can find it on Audible. I read it back whenever I could see. I have not, at least I don't recall having listened to one that was audio version, and so yeah, I definitely recommend that. But let's get into some terminology here, and going to go over the letter F. I know we were on N, so our next letter should have been O, but let's go to F for a moment. And F is for fun. Check out these friends of Knights of the Braille.
Hello, I'm Quinn.
And I'm Alex.
And we're
a couple of characters.
We discuss topics related to creating characters for role-playing games.
We talk about fun characters we've created.
And give advice about how to make your own quirky characters.
Check us out every other week, wherever podcasts are found.
Okay, everybody. Now that we know that we need to have fun despite what kind of game it is still a game. And speaking of fun, we're now going to talk about some holiday creatures. And we're going to start off with everyone's favorite, because he stole Christmas, or he had stole it for a little while anyway, the Grinch. He's a chaotic evil, and I'm going to assume a goblin. I guess you could go with a Yeti, actually, because he can speak goblin. He is chaotic evil with an AC of 19 due to wearing plate armor. Although I never remember seeing the Grinch wear armor. He has an average of 75 hit points and is a challenge rating of 5. I found these, of course, by doing a Google search, and I would definitely bump up the hit points and increase the CR as well due to some characteristics that the Grinch has, because some characteristics that he has is cuddly as a cactus, which will cause everyone who tries to grapple him disadvantage due to the plate armor. He also has a characteristic called Brain Full of Spiders, which whenever he, you know, gets bloodied, which is like halfway hit points or below, he, you know, can release spiders out to be like allies or a distraction or, but either way they join the battle and take on the spider characteristics. They take, you know, his side. Wouldn't touch you with a 39.5-foot pole, which means anyone, you know, within obviously 40 feet of him, when he can he can use his reaction to cause the person attacking him to roll the attack with disadvantage. As a smile, he can cause a swarm of termites, you know, termites in your smile. And it has 3 charges to it, and he must take a short or long rest to recharge that. Greasy black pill, which will recharge after a short rest, and if a creature attacks him and is successful, he can take a free dodge action, and this ability can only be used one time, and in order to use it again, he must take a short rest. He also has a sandwich, you know, that is talked about, that, you know, he can eat, which will give him hit points back, as well as, you know, the arsenic sauce can allow him to spit on those who are attacking him and cause them damage as well. He has some couple of attacks here that he can take, 2 attacks, you know, per turn. The whip gets a +7 to hit, which is an average of 8 slashing damage. The tripping is a +7 to hit, which is, you know, an average of 9 slashing damage, which I don't necessarily agree with that being slashing. I would more think bludgeoning because you're falling. You know, at least that's what, you know, I think tripping is, but, you know, that's just me. Disarming is a +7 to hit, which also causes 9 slashing damage. Again, I would probably consider that more force damage than slashing damage. But again, that's just me. Now for the jolly old elf himself, St. Nicholas, Kris Kringle, Santa Claus. He is a lawful good medium fae with an AC of 19, natural armor. He has an average hit point value of 210 and is a challenge rating of 21. Other than the Grinch and, you know, anybody straight up just evil, I don't know who would want to. Excuse me, I lost my train of thought there. I don't know anyone who would want to attack Santa Claus, but, you know, that's, you know, be up for the game master to decide. Santa Claus cannot be aged, and he can compress, which is a great characteristic because he can move in an area that's as small as 6 inches without having to squeeze. Whenever he rolls a 5 or a 6, he can use his divine action, which will allow him at the end of his turn to move up to his movement speed and then take an additional action as well. He is able, through epic concentration, a powerful characteristic for Santa here, he can concentrate on 2 spells that require concentration. But if he fails the concentration check, he loses both spells. My favorite characteristic that Santa Claus had, or whoever created, excuse me, it's hard to talk like when it's just yourself. The favorite characteristic that they had for him that I really liked was jolly laughter, and I want to think there's like 5 or 6 different ones, but each time he does it, it's a different characteristic. You know, one may make them make a charisma save and can cause hostiles to no longer be hostile. and other things like that. His slam attack is a plus 12 to hit with an average of 9 bludgeoning damage, but it also causes 9 radiant damage, which I find really, really cool, and I guess it's because of Santa's smile and his overall, good-naturedness. One that I would have gotten as a child here is Crinkle Coal, which is his ranged attack, and again that's a plus 12 to hit, with 9 bludgeoning damage and 9 cold damage. Really, really good attacks there, and a little holiday TTRPG stuff for you all, and it would be really easy to convert these, as always, to whatever game system that you want, whether it's D6, D10, or anything else like that. But thank you for listening, and hope everyone has a very safe and happy holidays.
This episode is brought to you by the Knights of the Braille and is made possible through the support of viewers such as you. Please remember to like, share and subscribe to get all of the latest information and episodes. Thank you.